is going to be a best-of-3 finals. We had the qualifiers yesterday, 4 different qualifying matches. The top 5 teams from all of them made their way to this competition today. I'm going to hope that everything stays stable, everything works. We do a lot of custom games. Sometimes there are some crashes, but it seemed to work relatively well yesterday. We had some issues with Discord as well, where the players are going to be talking. We've been organizing a lot of this, so here is hoping. I will be taking my face cam off as we get it started. If you guys are unaware, I have a Patreon system. That is essentially where I've got these guys. This is kind of a thank you to all the Patreon supporters. They wanted to do a competition, so I held this for them. We did one before back in fall, and we wanted to do it again this quarter, so we've brought it back. There's going to be a trophy for the winning team. There is also going to be some perks in Discord. Unfortunately, because this is kind of done with my custom game system, I am limited in what I can do and what kind of tournaments I can host. So this is what Bluehole has allowed me to do. This is what we're going to be posting up today. And I'm going to be solo casting the 3 games here. So without further ado, 10 seconds till start. Let's see how this goes. Game 1. I will be bringing up the roster here as well. You guys can take a look at the different teams that we have on board. These are the teams that have made it into the championship series. 20 different teams we have coming into this, and we'll go through some of the statistics as we get into the game here. But here comes the plane. A little bit low on FPS, but we should be good as the initial players do start to jump out. Looks like Team 2 is going to be going early. I'm going to just see if we can get a good top-down perspective of where these guys fan out on. Pretty even spread, actually. And you can see, look at this up on the north side. Sev is going to be a nice position. A few teams coming together here, but not too many going straight down. This is the interesting thing when it comes to competition like this. You don't know what the strategy is going to be. Pachinki is the main drop for a lot of players. School is as well. Rozhawk, but when you're in, look at this. When you're in competition situation, though, you want to go somewhere that's a little bit more safe, a little bit more strategic. Nobody went there. Looks like Kid J, actually, his team does secure a vehicle there. I don't know if they spotted anybody coming down into Roz. They might be able to just hold the vehicle. Control the zone. Oh, look at this. Over at Mansion, we got a couple players coming together. Team 2, Team 13, both very close here. Stinky Pinky getting his stink on up in the garage. All 4 of Visa's team are together. Looks like Zax did take a little bit of damage there. Here comes Milk. You can hear the reload, but he's got the M4 up. Holding bottom stairs. Up top, Stinky Pinky. No players have traded yet, and I think these guys are going to be the closest to each other. You can see quite a few driving out all the way up to Georgia Pool. The top zone, only one team, Major Tom B. His team down on the south side over at Military Island. Very slow start here, but this was to be expected from these 20 teams. Dr. Two Tap driving out with his. SPC on the exterior. Looks like he's going for the drive vehicle with his team. I think that's going to be a common strategy. When the game first came out, this was one of the most common strategies. Players... Oh, here we go. He's in between both these teams now. He's got his back up in the 3-story. The other team in the building just ahead here. Stinky Pink with just this pump action, though, is going to be in a lot of trouble. The thing is, Ease doesn't know what he's got, what the enemy has, and they're all holding these angles up at the top. Look at this. He's got an angle with the pistol. Might be able to spot Ease out here. Let's just hold it into the top down here. As the first shots do go down, Newborn is going to get knocked out. Looks like he is going to be able to get the safe revive, though. 2 players did go down somewhere in this game, though. Good spread. First zone is here. This team up at Severny is really in an ideal position. They're going to be able to get a lot of loot. Team 14 got some of the loot off the initiation here, but it's not going to be as prominent as you're going to find some of the other loot in Severny's shooting range. Is going to be a lot more dense. Major Tom's team will likely have a vehicle down here to execute with, moving up, and with full military loot, they should be in a great position. It doesn't look like there's going to be roadblocks, but it's too hard to tell at this point. Team 16 actually split up here. Here comes a firefight if I can get him on this comms again. He's knocked out in the garage building here. Again, just going to get that revive. This is the benefit of a squads game and holding interior buildings. Whenever you have interior, it's going to be easy revives. Newborn moving out of the zone with his team. Looks like they're just going to try and disengage this.
Man, teamwork make a dream work.
Let's see what loot they got. Only a crossbow for Ultra. He is hurting bad. No meds. Doesn't even have armor. Unbelievable. It's because they were all sharing that one building. They did lose one of their players. Now down to 3. And having no loot, they are in a difficult position. Team 2 didn't get much loot there either. Mansion is, you know, it could be good for one squad, but
Man, teamwork make a
trying to
dream
split
work.
it between 2 squads and a fight. Now they're going to have to rotate out to some other position. Meanwhile, Team 9 has got all of school and apartments to themselves. You see he's got meds, armor, rifles on point from the school. Fluffy also secures M16. He's got level 1 armor. Cornelius got the 4X. That's going to be helping for the later game. They are in an ideal position. Team 12, Team 4, all spread out here. Let's follow with Creator. He's got a pump action, level 2 gear. Looks like he doesn't have a primary rifle yet, though, as he is looting out. This is one of my favorite zones to drop in right here. It was off the initiation. It's a relatively quieter place, but there's still a lot of different areas you can loot. And you can see he's spread out from his team. Ken Griffey and Flesh both going up more on the north side as they pick up the loot. Prime and Team all securing Milta by themselves. They're going to be pretty well looted up in this area. Diner, obviously a very compact zone to get the loot very quickly. Zax is driving in, though. This is from a different team. No, never mind. He's all part of Team 1. Secured himself a UAZ for the team. This is going to absolutely help as we get going. So really, the strongest, I think the teams that are going to have the strongest fortune here are going to be Teams 9, Teams 3, and, you know, I got to say Team 1 as well. Team 6. Just because they got that relatively safe loot, though, doesn't mean that they're going to have the most armor. 1 care package is down. Nobody's going to be able to secure this. A little bit too far out. We saw the rotation coming out from that team earlier. Let's follow in on Kira's team here. Managed to secure Scar, level 2 gear. Mystics got himself an M4 level 2 gear as well. Especially with 80 players in the game, that's 20 less than your average game. Plus, we also did change the rules slightly. The change that we made is that there's not going to be any costumes, so you're not going to have to worry about looting any of the BS that's in this game. Plus, we made a slight boost to assault rifles with 1.3 times assault rifles. While the beginning game is slightly slower, we're going to see a much more hotly contested end game. Sev going for the drive-in with team. They got 2 separate vehicles splitting up their odds in case they do run into a team that's just ahead. This is a fantastic strategy. But they are pretty safe here, and they're going to go deep. Let's see where they decide to go here. What would be the most ideal position for them to take? They can really take their pick. You can see Team 3 did finish looting Severny. They are moving over to firing range. This is a common rotation that you see from players. And because they didn't have anybody contest as well, they're really going to be doing well on loot. Vampires. Full team fight. Team 13, this was the one we were following in with the mansion at earlier. 2 of them knocked out as they were rotating down to the south side out. They were so behind on loot, though. Unless they found something in that warehouse, they're really hurting. Ultra does have himself the AKM. She's got a lot of recoil to deal with, and he's going to go down there. Team 13 now out of the game. First ones to go down, and after an unfortunate start at that mansion we were following in on. Behind on loot, it definitely does put you back. That's some of the luck that does come into this game in terms of, you know, where are other players dropping relative to your position. Matacore and Probe hold position up just on the side of firing range here as H2O is driving out to another territory. Look at Captain Oso and team are rotating now into the zone a little bit deeper. They're going to go for elevation. We'll see if they spot the care packages here because there's actually 2 in this area. They might have seen it come down and actually be hunting for it, which would be a fantastic call by them. If they saw the initial plane drop, most players did go pretty far away from Stalber. We only had 1 team even up in this northern sector at all. That was going to be Team 3, and here comes a fight between Team 8 and 3. As they are driving by, taking some shots out. Sounds like we got a Car 98K in play. No connection on it, though, as Team 3 is going to be able to disengage. Re-rally with the Team Thunder. Heading back over to stick tight. Looks like Dog did actually... 3-man team here. It's going to be Dog, Bone, Nat, and Domer. No kills for the team yet. Okay. Major Tom's team is moving out. In that area, they don't take shots. Probably a good call. Staying a little quieter. Big firefight by Team 4, though. And Team 20 as Kira is knocked out. Kid J caught low health. Flesh just knocked out to the right. He's got to worry about Ken Griffey just behind that vehicle there. He doesn't see it yet. 2 other teammates there, and he's so low on health, Kid J here. Gets knocked out. Shadowpoint and Mystic driving in with the buggy here. And the UAZ, but they got completely caught out. And they're going to get eliminated out of this game here, making it a 2-man team for Mystic and Shadow Phoenix. Apologize. Some of these controls are not clicking properly when I am trying to click over to it. Ken Griffey's going to be knocked out here, though. Hellseth and Creator. A good catch by him, just on the edge of zone. It's not full team elimination, though. As mentioned, Mystic is still going to be in this game. They're still going to have 2 players. They are sticking together, working their way into zone. 2 vehicles as well. Doubles the odds, keeps you in early positioning for the new zones as they appear. They got to be pretty happy with that play. Artemis coming out in usual fashion, flipping the vehicle. And they call me a bad driver here, but that's okay. It could have been Huxley that did it. I don't know. We're not gonna point fingers here. Artemis, one of the youngest players in our tournament, as well as I believe Dr. Mystic as well. Artemis did have a good play. Got the team into the game. One of the longest survivors. Definitely does know how to play ranks, but kills and placing is important in this, and I'll show you guys that as we do get closer to the end and between mid-game. Thunder driving up to kill you here. Interesting this wasn't showing up on my battle list here, but, you know, what can you expect? Pineapple taking a bit of damage. Shots coming over from Team 9. These guys had full control of the school as well as apartments here, but look at this. What is Raymer
Teamwork make a
doing?
dream work.
Raymer has found himself an angle behind the team. Pineapple and Raymer in split positions. He did take some damage, so they should know that he's there, as this team is working their way across the field to push over onto Team 18. Here comes the shots from Raymer. Wang caught in the open here. Only with an AK irons, though, it's going to be difficult to put these shots together. Takes a little bit of damage, pulls back for the heal. Wang pulling back to the wall as team does progress in. Team 9, Lesser does get knocked out on the 2-on-1. Pushes inside the building, gets caught. Jizzle out in the open. Angry Dad out in the open of this field, getting caught between it. Space Raymer does get knocked, though. Wang is going to be able to push in on that position. Angry Dad in such a difficult spot. 2-tap could get an angle here as the shots come over for Fluffy. Big headshots. The knockout, 1 HP remaining. 2 kills on the board for 2-tap. This position in this hut, it doesn't come into play very often. It's just there's only 2 windows you can look at. But pulling out of the doorway got him that angle with the split. He could have pulled cover behind that rock, but it might have been a miscommunication from the team there. Wang may not have been able to relay that the back was safe, although they don't know how many players were behind him as well. So they could have been worried about both of them. He's going to see if he could save Angry Dad here, potentially taking some shots. I don't think that's the play, though. I think you're just going to want to disengage, go for as high of placement as possible. It is best of 3, and he could stealth his way through this game. 2-tap, pushing over for the loot. Wang now down to 1 player left after securing the school. They went for the risky play, dropping school, dropping apartments. Paid off for him in terms of the loot, but 16 knows what they are doing here. Driving into Rozhawk. Driving into Rozhawk, Team 3. Not what I was trying to click. There we go. Team 8. Look at these guys with the big air! Barrel roll! Somebody's been learning from watching all my videos here. Vehicle now on fire. They disengage, moving out over towards Sev. Seabag on the run. Wow. They're right in the middle of the zone here. It looks like this is closing right in the smack dab middle of the map. This is no circle centralization. As you can see, this whole top area was in play prior. Trump's wig with an AK and a 4X. He's got 3 first aids, checking that hill, scanning the horizon, but he's got more players coming closer than he even expects. Let's see if Swell's on the watch out here. Be advised, we do have a 5-minute delay on this stream right now. Some players are streaming their own perspectives of it. But we should have a clean, good, friendly fight here. Car 98K with an 8X. Spots Major Tom. He's looking for additionals before he takes his shot. They're all distracted. You can see Team 3 rotating their way just outside of the zone here on their way in. Good shot! That's a headshot! Major Tom knocked out of the game. Both players down in the water ahead. Artemis makes her way up, connected on low health. Good teamwork there. That's going to be 2 angles. Huxley going to be last up. And I think he might just disengage this, but the zone is closing in on him. He's going to be forced all the way up. Even Swell One's not even in at this position, but they know it was just knockout, so there's got to be more players coming. Let's switch it over with Elk. Now on the exterior against Team 7. Running from the zone, both teams trying to make their way in, just barely out. 4-man team, Team 19, just north of their position. Katano could make their way all the way in. They definitely know that the other team's there. Elkin looking a little bit more out of zone. Not sure if he's going to get pushed. Huxley still on the outside here. 2 teams inside a zone. Team 8 close to zone. Thunder is knocked out from the vehicle there. I'm not sure if he was getting shot at. That was Team 3 on the drive earlier in. You can see Killia actually last up for Team 3. Elkin, watch out for Team 7. That's just by there. He's watching that angle, but he doesn't realize they went a little lower. You'd think that they would want to check that bottom side. Because it's unlikely that they'd be sitting in blue for that long at this point. Team 16 inside, taking shots at the vehicle driving by. Team 12 pushing the building. Nat on point. Gets in. He's going to pop a little bit of heals. Just up top, though, we got Team 16. Pineapple Ranger could jump off. This was the team that took out Team 9 earlier that had dropped Rozhawk School. Team 8 now working their way into School, right in the center of the zone. They've acquired School. That's the interesting thing. If Team 9, Wang, who is still alive on the exterior of this, just watching in on it, had he just held School the entire time, they would still have their team together at this point. Could still be in the zone. Team 6, that was going to be last up from Artemis's team, is working their way. Found Team 14 in this fight. Oh, look at this, folks. He got an angle on 2 of them. 2 knockouts. This was a 2 versus 4. Team 7 stuck on the south side of the zone, got healed up, found a different angle, knocked 2 of them out. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to finish the kills, though, as zone is now closing. Oh, they might die to the zone, though. One of them knocked out. Icy Snipes is going to work his way in. He's got a lot of teams to deal with just ahead, though. Team 1 holding the perimeter on the outside. Team 5 and Team 15 both going head-to-head up on the north side.
Wish I had a job as cool and easy as you. First-time donator. First-time
Khan knocked out. Panic is going to be pushing up. Very low health on the inside. Good connection's going to knock out another from knocked out with the cross, though. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Captain Oso up top finds the angle on top of the rock. Still got 2 players to go on Team 5, though. Last up for his team. Does he go for the revive? Shots come in on him. Pulls into the middle. He's going for the revive. Keeping it top down. Polecat is looking as if he wants to move up on this. What Pants is also going for the revive. I think he got the finish there. Does get the revive on Max. Capnoso watching that left angle here. Knocked out by Polecat. Found the angle. Also with full health in this fight and an M4. He's doing very well. Fully kitted out. Plenty of meds on this as well. Just on the perimeter of the zone here. Down goes the team. Team 5 pulling out as the victors. Sev's team now positioned up in School. We saw the top position here. Looks like Team 17 is pushing right in on him. This is the only 2 teams that are currently in the zone, and there are not many buildings still in play at this point. Flesh Mountain on the exterior working his way over, taking some shots from Team 11 on the bottom of the map. This is just barely in the current zone, but they're going to have to rotate for the next one, and it's not letting me switch here. There we go. Killing me. All of them just looking through the windows. Creator works his way in. Catches him with the AUG. Prime getting knocked out. Very low health, though, taking shots. Out of the game he goes. It was a good positioning coming in, but he was sandwiched by 2 of the teams coming out of zone. Low health. Got the kill. Put in a very difficult position. All right, we're just going to keep it top down to see if we can follow in on all of the action at this point. Team 12 driving in on where 2 teams have already been fighting. This is now 3 teams in the engagement. Nat knocked out. Domer goes down. Dogbone last up for the team. As comes in from top, Sev's going to find an angle. Easy elimination. Actually, I think that was Shrem that got the kill. Probe. Holding the top. I can't even follow the chaos here as these teams are coming together. Nagging goes down. 8 and 17 still in play. Third team that drove up did get taken down. Probe holding the stairwell, which is a fantastic position, alongside his other teammates on the other stairwell. They're completely cutting off all rotation points. Sherm on the inside. Seabag didn't... Oh, no, he goes into the hallway. Where is Sherm here? Oh, he's in the bottom hallway. Sherm the Worm and Dog the Ripper both holding in on their positions. Because Cornelius Wang still in for his team. Taking some shots on 7. He's engaging him. No worries. Now in zone, he got a connection. Oh, he's getting hurt by the zone now. 7 has to get their way over. FJ just behind him. He's 1 shot right now. They are going to be alive still for a little longer. Team 1 lost 2 of their players. Crate is in play. Team 3. That driver somehow still alive. Killia just driving on the exterior there. Zach's going to get knocked out. Team 11 in such an ideal position in the zone, taking shots at the 2 teams that are running across such an open field as they are coming in. Dog the Ripper goes down at the School. 3 teams back again in school here.
I wish my job was as fun
Pineapple
and cool
dog.
as yours. First time donator. First
Backhand.
Mountaineer Sergeant.
I appreciate it. There is a delay on the stream, so that's why it wasn't popping up. Welcome to the squad. Team 11 just holding that outside. 7's going down. This is going to be pretty straightforward in terms of who wins this fight. Team 11 being okay here. Unfortunately, that was a 1 versus 4 fight. Outnumbered on it. ZD was going around for the backside of that. They're going to control the high hill. Are going to have to rotate, though. And this is where things are going to start getting interesting. How is 11 going to play this? CPS looking for an angle on that top hill. They actually want to eliminate this team as they drop ZD. They have no idea how many other players are left, but after that earlier gunfight, they know that there's going to be more, as well as with that knockout. K-Thizzle on point here as the team is rotating up. Team 5 working their way down the zone. They're trying to clear out this side so they have a safe area over here. Unfortunately, it is very congested in this in terms of high population or high cover, high different areas that you could use in the school. Nothing out here. There is a couple rocks and trees. They're going to smoke up as they do control the high ground now. Sticking together as a team. Good formation. You can see Team 17 out of the game. Wang still in this game somehow. Holding his position. FJ also still solo for his team. 16, both of them have Wang taken down from the window. Just shots crossing him over. FJ played it a little bit more patient still in this game. Archer working his way. Spots the smokes out on the left side there from Team 5. Good connection on Polecat. Now low health, though. TPS finds one. No, none others yet, though. What? Now let's get up with the frag! Notorious gets it with the frag! Team 5 and just, that is not dealing with that Team 11. Screwed them, but a fantastic way to move. 8 kills now for this team. 2 of them knocked out. TPS still alive at a different tree. You can see 16 is keeping eyes out those windows with such good elevation. These are the rocks that I was talking about a second ago. He's going to be able to get the revive off it. TPS watching a different angle. Zone's closing, and it's going to force everybody out of the school. Team 16, who's had such a strong position in that school, now going to be forced to move out. I'm keeping us top-down view just so we can see the rotations that these teams are trying to use. What kind of moves do you make at this point? Team 8 working their way for the early position. Matacore is going to be the player to move up. He's going to take an inside building position, which actually is going to be in. That could pay off big for him. They know Team 16. At least a couple players are in that building. They saw Team 7 get taken out from that earlier. 11 smoking up and going to the trees. 11 now starting to shoot in at the school. Team 16 starts to push up on Matacore. One of the players in the pool does get knocked out. Should be able to get the revive off that, although zone is closing. They might not have time. No, he's on the inside there. Frag did go in. Seeing if he can find an angle. Finds it. Matacore, good connection. Keeps the pressure, but both of them are pushing in. Dog 2-tap moves in. Gets the connection. Knocks him out. Probe is going to be left here as Seabag moves up. Last up for his team. Okay, just on the other side gets taken out. Pineapple could have an angle. Seabag taken down. Now up to 2 teams in a 2 versus 3 situation. K-Thizzle on the outside with Archer. In the field. Not a lot of cover, but they can use the prone strategy, and you can see TPS is doing that. They got 3 players up. TPS staying prone on the outside, plays a little bit more defensively, making sure that they're going to have 2 different angles and catch him by surprise as Dr. 2-tap is just on the outside of the zone. He might take a little bit of zone damage. He does, but he's going to be okay. 6 players left on a 2 versus 4. Chat, place your bets. Team 16 or Team 11? Wow, this wall is still going to be in. They can hold their position behind here. Pineapple dropping the frags. Doesn't connect, although that did look pretty close. Frag comes in on him. I don't know if that was a failed frag. Does take a headshot there. K-Thizzle, no vest. Level 2 helmet. Injured. Ooh, good Good shots on Dr. Two Tap as he was going for the frag. That's a very difficult play. I've been caught out many times doing it. Pineapple now goes inside and they spot that move. They should be able to push both in. They know there's only 2 players left. They're moving in. Full engagement here. Shots come in. Pineapple very low health. K-Thizzle knocked out. They're playing it smart. Good angle by Archer. Pops in for the finish. He was trying to stun in it. Goes off in his face. That's game number 1. Let me pull the records here so we can start tallying this up as we do come into game number 2. This is going to be a best of 3 situation. We'll have about 5 minutes downtime as we do pull this information, and we're going to try and get back into game 2 as soon as possible here, chat. Big kills for team number 1. That's going to be factoring in. Kills do count for points, and we will go through that system as we get to it. But you'd see a lot of the defensive play styles might change up as we come into game 2. The teams that are behind are going to need to slay, but they're also going to need to place high. It becomes more difficult for them. There's 12 through that. Team 17 through 20. Just pulling the records here. All right, I think that's all of them. Game number 1. These are your leaders. Okay. We're going to do a slight boost. Here's the rules. They're pretty standard here. However, we are changing the assault rifles, boosting it by 30%, dropping costumes, okay. All right. Game is set as players are joining in, finding their position. I'm going to be banking spectator here. And once again, these are our teams. Here we go. These are our teams, and once again, these were the 4 qualifiers that came out. We can start pulling some data together here, and we'll see what we can kind of figure out as this data does get entered into our sheets. But from Qualifier 1 yesterday, these were the teams that made it. We saw Killia doing quite a drive, made it at least up to the top 10, I believe, in that last game. He placed 3rd in that previous one with Bolt, Thunder, and H2O. Creator made his way very far in that game, unfortunately caught out. They did get a nice kill on Kira's team as well, though, those 2 players. I didn't see Mystic and the other make it all the way to the end. In Qualifier 2 yesterday, Artemis's team, as I mentioned, did make it into first place, and it's difficult. These qualifiers were very difficult because it's a best-of-1 situation. It's the top 5 placing teams. You could get into unlucky situations, and you know, that's definitely a factor to it. But these were the teams that did make it through. You can see Seb's team. Also, we'll see where they actually placed here in Game 1 in a few minutes. TPS team made it first with Archer, K-Fizzle, and Notorious. Qualifier 3 yesterday. And in Qualifier 4, we actually had an interesting story. Opulent Pony was actually playing as a solo, and he was just trying to make it. The rest of his team didn't make it for the qualifiers, so he ended up going in solo. He placed 5th in the game, but Mystic, Kira, Kid J, and Shadow, who we were following in on earlier, actually had more kills, which gave them just enough points, 22 points, 2 higher, to just bump Pony out of the competition today. Looks like we're only missing about 20 more players before we get this game underway. I will recap where we are at prior to getting Game 2 started. All right, looks like we do have the results from Game 1 now in. Here we go. Currently in first, an unbelievable 12 kills between the team. TPS, Archer, K-Fizzle, and Notorious B. I believe I had just mentioned they were first. Yes, they were first in Qualifier 3 as well. A fantastic showing from this team with a pretty solid lead. 47 points on board for it. Second place, we're going to have Dr. Two-Tap, Pineapple, Birkin, and Raymer. 8 kills on that team. 38 points for them. Game 1 was big. But you can see there's still going to be a lot of teams. These teams are still easily going to be in contention in the middle portion here. Some of the lower teams are going to have to put some work in. Unfortunately, Mystic and Kira, those guys, they got into that last game. Huxley, Major. Oh, wait, no. This was 2 different teams I was reading. Mystic, Shadow, Kid J, Kira. I believe it was Kira that had placed second in the last tournament with Shadow. We're just missing 4 more players here, unless my updater is just not counting correctly. We're going to do a final 2-minute countdown.
Stone. Why don't you show or face? It's one of the best things of our streams. The emotion, the looks, the beard. Hashtag Theoni and only Stony Mountain 64.
I guess I could between games here. Locke, appreciate it, dude. I just want to focus on the gameplay. I want to I'm just trying to showcase the game as best as possible. It's not about me here. It's about you guys playing. And I want to give that center stage here. I'm just trying to make it as viewable and give you as much detail as possible as we play through it. All right. I don't think we had all the players quite in for the first game anyways, but I'm not seeing any issues. So I think we're going to go ahead and start it here. Just double check the rules one more time. What if I just turned it to zombies? No. Okay, we won't do that. All right. I'm just going to do a final call for the teams. Looks like we are good. Team 7. Yeah, they're missing one. Team 14 is missing. That's okay. It looks like they're actually missing Team 18. Also, okay. Should be good. Let's do it.
Had a blast in the qualifiers yesterday.
Game 2.
Too bad we were eliminated early. Can't wait for the next one. Do the play call and announcer voice.
I will for the last game, Act. For the end of the last game. I just don't want it to, I don't want to overuse it for like 2 hours of me yelling about it. Thank you very much, dude. All right. Game number 2 is underway. We're already doing better on frames this time as well. Hopefully everybody gets in. We may have issues with connection here. Only seeing 72 players in right now. Here we go. Some more are connecting in. Unfortunately, there are known issues with this, and we've experienced quite a... Interesting. I didn't realize only one team spawned away. They only split it in half. I don't know. Maybe it's just because we're in a custom game. All right.
Here we go in game number 2.
$50 seconds on the clock. Players are not going to have access to the plane map yet. So we're going to have to wait for it to go in-game. Beautiful sunny skies. It's a clear day here in my basement. It's looking fantastic. Sun is out. Weather conditions are great. We're not going to have a lot of wind coming in, factoring into the angles these teams are going to be going for. And that's always ideal, isn't it? If you guys are just tuning in, this is game number 2 of our best of 3 championship series. Pulling up the roster one more time for you. You can see we have our current standings. Game 1, TPS Archer from Team 11. Currently in first. Team 16 also doing fantastic. Dr. Two Tap. These guys were slaying as they did push into the school in last game. And Team 3 is going to be Sev's team, as the current standings hold. I am your solo caster this evening in the lag fest that is Esports Ready, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. And the first players are off. Team 8 working their way over towards the north side. They're going to do an early jump. Team 9, they had good control of the school last time. They're going to go Georgia Pool this time. Again, you're watching for Team 11, who's going to be your first place team currently. Team 16 in second place. And Team 8 in third. Pretty even split. Not a lot of players dropping straight down. They might have been they might have gone back on the DVR feature. Check to see where players dropped in the beginning of the first game. How does the point system work? It is based off of placement as well as kills. I mean, how many kills is it per point? I'll ask my moderators here. So it's 1 point per kill. And then there's a whole bracket for the actual placement themselves. That's how we saw again in Qualifier 4 yesterday, just based off of kills. It was Mystic's team barely got into placing 5. That was from the 4 kills that they had got, just beat out Team 6. Or the team that had actually placed in 5th. They placed 6th, got enough kills to get themselves into this game here today. Zone is going to be in the bottom right-hand corner. This is less than half the players over here. A lot of players up in Yasna. You can see Ease's team is going for a late parachute. They they pulled the parachute early so they could try and see where other teams are coming down, get into position. Pineapple Ranger taking some shots, seeing if he can connect on Milk. Does put 1 round in him. He's going to need, I believe, 3 or 4, though, depending if that's a headshot. Doesn't look like he's going to push any further there. 3 teams up in Yasnia. 1 team did go Rozhonk. We have a solo team, Mystic. Down in school, 1 team goes Pachinki. No teams go to Military or Novo. This is exactly what I was talking about in first game and what we've seen from so many of the different custom games that we've played as we do every weekday. It's just when you're trying to play safe, you go to areas that players don't typically go to in your standard games, but it's the reverse meta. Team 20 taking some shots from Plato Apartments, as they are known. It's going to be some very far shots over to Team 5. It's going to be that's a stretch in terms of connection. Doesn't look like they got hit at all. With some of the initial loot here, Team 5 is inside the zone, but there's not really many places you can go here. You can rotate over to shelter. I'm not sure if that's what they want to do. You can see Khan. Look at this. Wait a second. Where's his team? Not sure what happened here, but Khan is split up from his team as Capmoso and crew do manage to secure a vehicle. No loot, though. They are exfilling out. Oh, no. They are exfilling out of Lipovka with no gear at this point. I'm actually going to bring the gun counter. Yeah, they don't even have guns out. You can see Crater secured himself a car 98K. Hailseth with that Scar. They're going to be able to push him out of the city. They might go rally over with Khan, who does have a vehicle as well. They're going for vehicle strats. Everybody in their team now has a vehicle secured. You can see Teammate up on the north side. This is our 3rd place position team with their own private loot session. Look at that. Look at where the crate goes. I am not clicking Seth. There we go. Did it go? Unbelievable, man. This does not click where I want it to. Team 10 inside. H2O Oxygen with the pistol, taking some shots out. Odelisle moving over on the flank. No, he's going to move into the garage here. With only pistols in such early game, they really don't have the loot. Striker does find himself an Uzi. Fantastic for the close quarters here. H2O didn't really have anything to engage on that. The pistol not going to be able to do a lot. You've seen if he could catch out one quick knockout, maybe pop a couple headshots. But it did give their position away, so they know there's another team here. You can see all 4 of the members of Team 3 are pretty spread out here as well. Not a lot of action at this point, though. Team 15, these guys were the first to go down in the last game. Unfortunately, it's not looking too well for them at this point as they don't have any gear. I think they are going to be able to loot up a little bit here. Their 4th did loot that warehouse just up there a little earlier. Team 5 clearing the shelter. They did get the nice rotation just up from here. Rotated down to shelter. This is what I had mentioned would likely be the play. There's just not a lot of loot in this compound where you see Team 15's looting here. It's all of, you know, one medium-sized building, the rest of them all small buildings. Not much to be gained from it. Chavin from Team 0. Okay. We're doing it. We are doing it. Chat. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say about that. We're just gonna leave that there. We're not gonna worry about it. Team 3 and 10 in an engagement. Rules taken out. H2O barely any health. He managed to secure himself an M16 after those initial pistol shots earlier. Man, completely surrounded by Team 3 here. They're going to scope that area out, but Swell is not with them. Trump's wig up on the top as well. Completely different position. Team 3 currently placed in 10th. They didn't get any kills last game, but they managed to secure one already this. It's going to start putting some points on the board for them besides just the placement. Swell 1, this team plays slightly slower based off the first game, which is not a great indicator. But they had 3 kills across the team. I don't know who the Slayer was in that last game. As it rotates over, he's not going to take shots. Would have been a difficult one to engage with if he decided to shoot, especially just iron sight there. He may not be comfortable with the Scar. Not sure exactly what his play style is. Potentially could have put some shots in one of them, but likely not enough to even secure the kill. Very close to cover there, so he decides to play stealth here. See if he can find another opportunity later. This team is so far out of the zone. They're rotating over to that vehicle. I think... No, they're not. You know, that vehicle's just up. They know that they drove in on the vehicle earlier. They might have a backup vehicle down here, but regardless, they're going to need something. It does look like they have a UAZ. And if they drive out here, they're going to give 10 an opportunity to get into the zone as well. Speaking of which, Team 9 on the drive into the zone. Taking some shots. They're not going to find it. Now very far away. Should be relatively safe at this point. This is that team in the full 4-seater Dacia. It's a cool camera angle. Khan knocked out of his vehicle. Yeah, the buggy, you know, they probably would have been better off just shooting the vehicle tires out of a buggy. It's so exposed, so easy to take out. They do find one. They could go for the loot here as they do take shots on Max. Don't even hit one of them, though, as Max does find himself some cover, and they're going to push in on it. They know he's only solo. Finnegal is going to go ahead and pick up the loot off of it. Dog the Ripper on point. Max gets back in his vehicle. He's going to drive out of this as best as he can. Looks like he's going to make it away. Well played. Oh, no! Max takes major damage. They take the tire out. They take it out. He's now prone down. This is bad. DP coming in full speed. They do blow it up. Max just trying to prone out of it. He's got to stay alive for as long as possible. Knocked out, though. Oh, it's up to Captain Oso and Ninja Mode engaged. These guys were so behind on loot, though, that they still have to loot up. And it's just going to be the end of that team. Coming in on the top, though, Striker with Team 7. They're going to drive up all the way up to the hills here. Care package is coming down in the water there. I don't think we're going to see players coming for it. This cliff face is pretty rough, and the beach is so exposed. FJ is going to be able to have an angle on anybody that is up there. Of course, they're not going to necessarily know that. Team's now rotating, though. H2O does go down. Trumpswig. Killia knocked out. What a change of pace. Trumpswig didn't even have a helmet. He's using the Uzi right now, not even popping his M4. Maybe just trying to conserve ammo for those 2 finishes. I gotta say, bravo, Team 10. We didn't get to see that on board, but they wiped out almost all of Team 3. 2 of them do make it past. They're going to get into the zone here, but put some good damage on board, put some points on, but they're so far away from the zone here, they're really going to start taking damage. And it looks like he only has 4 Band-Aids left for Swell 1, who's really going to be hurting off that. Trump's Wig does find 4 first aids, but you can't use those while the vehicle's moving like you can bandages. Team 19 taking shots at Team 1. Primester, very low health as they do get into the zone. Zach's driving over now. Team 1 currently placed 9th. They had 3 kills in Game 1. Going up against Team 19. No kills in Game 1. Placed right below them. You really want to take out those teams that are at the top. Speaking of which, Team 11. Let's see if we can find in on them. This was our winners from game number 1. Popping the AK level 3 helmet, level 2 vest. That North Georgia pool seems to be paying off big for them. or a Zarky area that they did loot, I believe. You also have K-Thizzle, double level 2 gear. He's got an AK on board. Driver TPS, level 3 vest for him. He's got an assault rifle locked and loaded as they are driving into the zone. Team 12 engaging over on Team 1, and I definitely didn't click Team 17. Didn't click Team 7. All 4 of them taking shots. Oh, they actually catch it! Long John Ronson now last up for Team 1. Right? It says Prime's alive. Oh, Prime is still alive. Zach's still... Okay, so it's just Long John's partner there. The other 2 were in a different vehicle, and this is the benefit of having a 2-vehicle strat. Had their entire vehicle been shut down, they'd be in real trouble here. But you can see Team 12 hopping into their vehicle. They're going to drive out of the situation. They are all in the zone. Just as they leave, Team 3 comes into the area. So they're going to be safe to heal up if they need it. Are they not even going to fight this? Team 12 not even going to fight this. Just going to keep alive. They should know that it was just one more player there. Although maybe they didn't. They might have only known there to be Long John's partner, who's now out of the game. Long John's going to be able to grab some of the loot off that. We actually have a boat play coming out from Team 9. Swell One still working his way in. And his partner's still alive, too. Trump's wig. The winners of the Primorsk fight, I will say, you know, the other team did escape. But, man, they do have quite a distance to go. Once this circle locks, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. 7, early positioned up. This is a nice position because you can see it's so high on the hill. They got complete cover from the water. Meanwhile, these garage compounds, one of the most popular in the game, as well as this one that's just north here, occupied. No kills on board for Team 20 yet. But they've been a force to deal with in the previous tournament that we had. Big shots up from that other garage building up top. Trying to find an angle. Team 11 is who they're going up against. These were the winners of the last game. If they could knock those guys out, it's gonna greatly increase their odds. Of course, they don't know who they're actually going up against here. And, I mean, these guys are in a terrible position. I was about to say good. Look at the zone! Are you kidding me? Ladies and gentlemen, we have never seen it. 75% of the zone in the water. All teams have to rotate out. Only one team currently with a boat. A lot of teams up on the north side here are going to be in a lot of trouble as this zone starts to close in. 45 seconds on the clock as well. They have to start moving, but 3 of these teams up in the top portion. None of my clicks actually registered. There we go. Ken Griffey gets knocked out, Team 16. Our second placers currently have to start going. Here's the good news. They got a motorbike there. Here comes another vehicle. They might try and take this down in hopes that they can hijack that Dacia. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, though. This team is absolutely not scared of taking shots. Flesh Mountain just up ahead here, though. No kills for him yet. In such a pressured position. Because they got to start going for the zone. Here it comes. 2-tap hopping into the vehicle. So many players into the zone. We just got to bring it into the top down now to see what happens. 17 taking the interior position on roof. Teammate just south of them at the power plant. Looks like the boat play wasn't working out too well after all. Team 6 finds an angle. Holding the high ground. Thunder is going to still be in, though. He's actually swimming. We still have our boat coming out here from US. MC. Nice evasive action, and they have so much water to work with that they can just keep driving away. Problem is, once they have to return, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Cornelius Wang taking some shots. Knocked out K-Thizzle. Going to get the finish on it. Dr. Mystic from Team 20 in a fight here. He's going to move a little bit farther out as Team 2, who's been in such a nice position, up on this rock, as well as Team 7. They got very early position. They're still alive up on the just north of us here. Kid J falls too far down off the cliff. Mystic going to be last up for Team 20. That is a hurt position. The frag likely forced him out of his position there. 7 still doing okay here, though, against TPS, who's got just a sliver of health. Katano could push up on this. Flesh Mountain drives in. Katano has an angle. Shots coming out from TPS, I believe. Striker knocked out. It's just such a game of stalemate at this point. Team 19 does get their boat up onto position. TPS could get an angle, but he's got so much pressure coming in from Team 7 just behind that I don't know if he can safely peek this. I don't know what he wants to do here. Team 5 making their way. Team 13 in a lot of pressure, taking zone damage at this point. A little bit too far away. Nowhere to go here, Notorious B. Archer takes some shots. I believe that was from Fluffy all the way across. It's a good split strategy for Team 9. Not holding everything together here. Katano now knocked out. TPS knocked out. His team not near here. Archer's going to be the closest. And you can see he's the one that's pinned down on the absolute other side of the map. TPS is going to get eliminated. Long John also goes down. Kid J finally dies from that fall earlier. Looks like Mystic could not get the revive on it in time. Power plant appears to be the closing point here. Mystic still working his way up on Team 2. Team 15 pretty close out there. One player left for Team 1, I believe. Yeah, that's going to be Zax on the exterior drive. Shadow Phoenix is still alive, and Thunder Rogue still alive as well, who's been swimming for the last 10 minutes. Team 6 with the elevation. Look at Shadow, even knows Thunder's there. He's engaging on it. Frags him out of the game. That's going to be the elimination of another team, and another placement for his. Team 6 trying to force 14 out of this game as well. He's going to be last up for his team, Slick Dog, who actually has even more players behind him. This is the difficulty of such a far zone out here. All of these teams forced into bad situations. One bandage left for Huge Arms. Likely he's not going to make it. Sad to say, but that zone does do a lot of damage, and you got to move up quicker. Slick Dog somehow still alive. He does have one first aid left. He could pop, but he's got to pop it soon. Oh, man. I don't know if he's going to make this. Slick Dog on the run. He's in. Question is, does Team 6 even see him? They were shooting at him earlier, but looks like they rotated over for Team 2. Slick Dog still in the game! Mystic still in the game as well. These teams just fighting for position. Shadow Phoenix, I'm not sure if he's going to have a route up here. Falling with ease from Team 2. Just ahead of Team 5, or Team 6, excuse me. Good thing is Mystic is still in this game, but look at Artemis is getting pretty close here. Will he be able to spot it? No kills on board yet for Mystic, but he's going to spot the movement, I think, there. You know, he might not have. He might not have Artemis now at a different angle. Between these two teams, I'm not sure if the push is going to come out, though. He's got a vehicle. That's going to cause some noise there. Artemis alerted, moves over.
press X to show X-ray vision of PPL. And can you leave the map open for a little longer from time to time so we can get the overall image?
I can. Trying to get in on these fights as much as possible, though, although it is early at this point. I don't feel like the X-ray is needed when you have the H. Or when I have the nameplates over them. But, you know, I'll toggle it. I gotta say, Angry Dad, that was a fantastic spray. Brought Pineapple to less than 10 health. CPL, very low health. I don't even think they know where he is. They might, though, because that frag looks pretty damn good to me. Dr. Two-Tap throws it out, does connect on Angry Dad for a little bit of damage. He's gonna hold his position, though. Big firefights from Team 19, Team 2 on this side. He's gonna take some more shots. Angry Dad. Not finding anything, though, and the flank is coming out. He would have heard that as well. Raymer's got the flank. This is it. Angry Dad couldn't take any down with him, although he does put together some good shots on it. Look at how many players are inside of the power plant right now. 3 players knocked out for Team 19. Icy Snipe's going to be the last up as he is on the run. They need positioning here into the top 10. He cannot go down if he wants to get a chance to stay in this. Stays alive. Multiple players dying to the play zone. Team 9 now. That's going to be the elimination. 9 teams left, excuse me. Look at how clustered they are. This is going to be very difficult to follow in on, but the end of this zone, oh my gosh, it's so much elevation that these players are going to have to deal with. 17 currently on the top floor. Just on the inside is going to be teammate. Major Tom trying to frag inside. They don't even need to push inside at this point. Got plenty of cover on the outside, but the problem is they can get rotated on very easily when you're on the outside of this. Even though there's a lot of different cover, a lot of different things blocking the visuals, once you get spotted out, nothing solid to hide behind. Could really be taken out. And that's what you could see Team 2 rotating their way in. Dr. Mystic has got a very cheeky position. He's going for placement. I like this play a lot. I like this play a lot. He's got to be nervous, though. No kills on the board for him yet. He knows placement's going to be king. He's got people walking all around him right now. It's just such a position that you don't see. 16 working their way. I'm going to keep us top down for a second here. As these players do come together. 16 was our second place finishing team last game. If they get a first place in this, they are going to be in a fantastic position. They got the warehouse. Teammate also third place team from our previous game in this best of 3 championship. In a good position. They got interior of the building, which should cover. They just need to watch those doorways if if an enemy team rotates in on them. But you can see how dramatically the buildings changed the end game here. Still 22 players alive in this zone, folks. You just don't see this anywhere else. Changing the angle up a bit here. Believe it or not. Mystic is still inside the zone. Boss Huxley knocked out. That was going to be Finnegar from the top! Two of them down. Major Tom last up for Team 6 now. Taken out of such a good angle. Probably heard him walking around. Beautiful play. He's going to have 3 kills on the board now. Finnegler's got to be happy with that one. Team 16 working their way into Team 12. And Team 2. This is 2 different fights that they're trying to split push on right now. Actually, the Team 12 is staying almost completely still. They might not even realize that he's in play. One more time on the top down. 20 are both in. Big firefight from Team 17 and Team 8 as they do get eliminated almost completely. Dog the Ripper and Nagging going to be one of the last two up, but shots coming in from 16. Traded out from Team 2. 17 completely eliminated. 16 loses one of their players. They're still going to have 3 left. Matacore last up for Team 8. He got the early position, split off from his team. He's going to be last up holding that interior because he's still 5 teams alive. We're not even into the top 3 yet. Zone's closing, though. Forced in Team 2, rotating out on the exterior. 16 coming together, but Nat's just on the other side of this. I'm not sure if CPL knows. Pineapple's going to get knocked from 16. It's going to be the cross from Nat, Team 2. Good pressure put out there. Does connect for a couple. Dropping the smokes over to team, help his team out. I like this play a lot. CPL's going to continue to hold cover, but, you know, they're going for the placement. You can't be too careful, though. Oftentimes it's better to just get the kills. Everybody just holding their inside position, because what's going to happen is once it comes down to the end, it's going to be so chaotic as players are all running in at the exact same time. We're going to have to keep it in this top-down perspective. There's just too much potential action to happen here. With so much interior. Trying to cross over back to the wall. Team 2. They had eliminated Team 17. 12 taking some cross shots. Finds an angle on Nat, though. That's going to be Xantix. From Team 2. Both players on 16. Hit pretty bad. CPL just... He can't leave that room right now. Never go on the right side of your screen. Has got an angle on CPL. Also on your right side of the screen. If he tries to cross, Domer gets hit out by Xantrix. Xantrix is just popping off on people. Knocks 2. CPL also knocked out from Team 16. That was the split team, though. Team 12 in a lot of trouble here. Here comes the smokes. The zone is closing in. Matacore and Mystic both just chilling in their positions right now. Team 12 running through the smoke. They're going to come up on Team 16, though. Does Pineapple see it? He does. Drops 1. Trade goes down for his team, though, as 2-tap is knocked out. Last up for his team. Finishes off Team 12. Last up, Pineapple has a chance for Team 16. Team 2 still has all 4 players of theirs in play and 2 solos left. He might be able to get the revive off here. I don't know if this is in. He got it off, but he has to move in. With the easy shot, takes him out. Pineapple comes over. Matacore could have it. Matacore gets the drop on him. Team 16 out of the game and into the top 3 teams we go. Mystic and Matacore, the 2 solo players holding their positions down. Now up against a full Team 2. Matacore might even just completely... I can't believe this. I cannot believe this right now. How many kills do we got for Team 2 at this point? 10 kills across Team 2. That's going to be huge points for them. And all 4 of their players still on. Matacore's team has 3 kills for him on this game. Nice push in. Ease is going to get knocked out playing outside of the zone here. Mystic has an opportunity. Mystic taking shots. Connects on Milk to the Man. Connects on another, but doesn't get the knockout as he does go down. Matacore's still alive, though. The rotation. Matacore got the 2 kills. He puts himself into 2nd place. I thought for sure Matacore was down after that push. But they now know where the final player is. They counting it out 3 versus 1. Give you some perspective. Team 2 was in 7th place, tied for 7th place in that last game. This is definitely going to pull them up. Team 8, though, gets another Xantrix taken out. He's playing a beautiful position. He knows the enemy team, if they want to get the kill here, they're going to have to push into the blue zone in order to take him out. I've never seen this done. Matacore does have 1 booster active. Milk and Rice and her, I mean, can they wait this out? Theoretically, they could wait this out. This is the final death zone. And, you know, likely they're going to be able to out-heal this if it does come down to it. Because here's the thing. As soon as they go into the blue... What the heck? Oh, he threw it through the window. I didn't even know there was a window there. Whichever team pushes, they're going to have to take blue damage. Right? And if Matacore is the one to push out, he's going to go into 2 enemy teams. So really, he's better off probably going for the med play, but he pushes out. Taken out immediately. Team 2, such a fantastic play. So many kills on the board between them. Unbelievable play by Dr. Mystic as well. One of the youngest competitors coming out into this championship. believe. We don't have all the details on everybody, but he's been an interesting player to watch. Great shots. You know, he didn't get a kill on the board, but also great strategy, clearly. And that puts him in contention here. Sending over the details here. To here. All right. Top 5 placing teams. I mean, unbelievable slaying. Xantrix just had so many angles there. And that's where you see, I mean, the aggressors clearly can be the victors. Get yourself in better ideal position. Oh, was it? Yeah, it was. Come on. Just sending over our top placements here so it could start getting entered. Okay. I'm going to resend all of this here. So those are the top 5. Team 6 through 11. Now teams 12 through 17. Couple kills down here. Thunder, I mean, you saw him live for so long in that. Just goes to show. Still got to be able to get those kills and maintain the better position. All right, let me just make sure I got all the information over here. Looks good. Team 6 gonna be nagging. 4 kills, nicely done. Okay, FJ, nice play, nice play. And Team 18, Flash. All right, that's all of it. I'm going to set up the next game. I can't believe how far that zone went to that corner of the map. That really hurt a lot of the teams as they had to rotate so far over. I know I'm not looking at chat, but we are also on a 5-minute delay, which is what makes it difficult. And trying to run this show just does not make it feasible. But we will be back on Monday with another stream, per usual time, over on Facebook. If you guys do want to tune in, talk about the competition. This is our final game. So we're going to see some big plays coming out from teams who need big points. Assault rifles boosted up 30%. Costumes off. Red zone off. All right, let me post this out to the competitors. Password should be that. Okay. Perfect. It's working. Go to observer slot. Care package is good. Costume's good. FPP. All right. Let's take a look in on our chart here. Okay. Once again, these are our 20 teams coming into the championship. We had the qualifiers happen yesterday, 4 different games. The top 5 placing teams from those games, you can see here, made their way into the championship finals today. Data's still going in. But I think Team 8 is going to be looking pretty nice here. We'll see. Give it some more time here. We'll get these players in. Top 20. Or waiting for 20 more. We will start in approximately 4 minutes this next game. This has been a very interesting matchup so far. I'm trying to see if I can pull up game DVR here. Or the stream DVR. Showcase some of this on. Yeah. Okay. Now teams 12 through 7. Game 2 points are almost done. Chat, welcome. I am streaming on all the platforms here today for the big tournament. Okay. Game 1 ended at the school. And it came down very close between these teams. Came down to a 4 versus 2 situation. I want to see if I can zoom in on it. I'm not sure if I could find it here. But it was Archer TPS's team that got the win. You can see Madacor also, once again, he was one of those late-game players. But this was, again, game number 1 here. Pushed in and taken out. After that initial knockout, it was great play by K Thizzle. They had their entire team together. End of game 2. I can't believe it. Mystic took 3rd place for his team. It came out big. This ending was just... that was unbelievable. All right, scores are updated here. So let's take a look. Game number 2. I think we're looking at official results, right? Official results is the sorting. So currently now in first place is going to be Dr. Two Tap, Pineapple Ranger. And this was our Team 16. These guys made it very far. They were the ones who were over on the left side of your screen there. You saw where my mouse was. They were those last 2 players up as that entire zone was just going to complete chaos. 2 good placements, though. They placed 2nd in the first game, 4th in game number 2. That's the consistency that you're going to need. Ease, Milk to Man, Xantrix, Ease, Xantrix, Milk to Man, and Ryson, who were our winners from game number 1. They placed 7th in the first 12 kills for this second game. Wait, Team 16 had 14 kills in that second game? Unbelievable. 8 kills in the first game, 14 kills in the second game. These guys are slaying fantastically. Madacor's play brought him up, though. Kept him in. Sev, Seaback, Probe, and Madacor currently placed 3rd for Team 8. Let's see where Here we go. Mystic. These guys got third place in the last game. But you can see the less kills is really hurting them on the points. Got to pull some more of those. But with such unfortunate positions early on, getting picked off, I got to say, that was fantastically done by Dr. Mystic coming out for that. Domer, all of these guys have been playing great. Let's see where we're at here. 77 players in. I think we're ready. I'm going to do a final call. A little bit over the 5-minute mark here, so hopefully we're all set here. Players should be good. Not seeing anything in help, so I think we are set. I'm going to just do one final check of the rules so I don't screw anything up, as I am prone to do in our custom games that we do. Four. Good. AR's 1.3. Ammo. All right, looks like the players are back from their quick breaks, and we are ready to get game number 3, the finale, underway. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. I got to give a huge thanks to Alex, 8-Bit Remix guy, for helping run all of these games. The qualifiers yesterday, my community manager. You guys have seen him around on the Discord, helping out the chats as well, most likely. He really ran with all of this, as he did with the last tournament. I know it's a lot to put together, so hugely appreciate that, as well as all the other moderators that you see in our Discord server who helped out on this. It is quite a feat to get this many people organized and into games. So show them some love if you guys ever see them in any of the chats. But we are about to get game number 3, the finale, underway. One more time, let's go ahead and pull up our information here. Pause this. Thank you guys all for tuning in. We have quite an audience across all the different platforms here for the second ever Mountaineer Open. Again, this is part of the thank you to all the guys that support me on Patreon. I held this tournament. One of the most requested things, and it has been a blast to cast it, to put it together, and now come into game number 3, Championship Series. All right, one more time. What are the teams that we're looking out for here? You can see these are the official. Here, let me see if I can zoom in on it a little bit more. Okay, doesn't want to work. That's okay. You guys can see it. Just open your eyes. Okay? Team 16 is currently... This is our official results. This is the current placing overall. This was game number 1 on the left here in green. And game number 2. And now our official results. This is the one that I'm looking at here. Team 16, 2, and 8 are our top placing teams. 2 and 8 have been... I mean, all of these teams have been incredibly consistent. But more importantly, the kills. Look at Team 8 on the kills. 14 kills second game, 8 kills first game. It's going to be your 2-Tap, Pineapple, CPL, and Raymer. Plane is coming in now. Put this over to the side. Here we go. Game number 3. The shoots are out. 2 teams going north side, Georgia Pool. 1 going hospital. Look, George is relatively safe here. Not many players going straight down. Looks like quite a few going trajectory towards Rozhawk. A lot more going Pachinki than we've seen before. We got a team. We got some teams interested in the military island. This was completely empty our last game. Now at least 4 teams dropping down to military. Almost all of the teams going to hotspots. We're not going to be able to follow all of this action. A couple different players are streaming their own perspectives of this tournament right now, and they'll likely post some of it as video content afterwards if you guys do want to check any of that out. Hopefully I'll post some of that into the Discord server as well, and they can share their perspectives. Look at how many teams just dropped here. This is your standard game, as well as down at military. Luke comes down. Swell and Striker very close to each other. Okay. Got position 1 there. I'm trying this out. Position 2. Sweet. Team 10 and 14 very close to each other. Down in military. Up in Pachinki, we got teams 12, 11, and 6. Team 6 currently placed in 12th. You see they're all sticking together pretty well. That's going to be Artemis O2's team with Huxley. Major Tom B. They had some great performance back in Game 1. And placed first in their qualifying bracket. So we have high hopes for this team. Team 12 currently placed in 8th. They're going to need to put some kills together here. Especially on Team 11, who's in 4th. K Thizzle, TPS, Notorious B. These guys are in 4th place right now. Going to a very hot zone as Team 12 is pushing in on them. Holding the top spot. Domer just outside. He gets close to the building here. Checking the cross angle. Dog goes down from the back as Domer is pushing in. Knocks out Archer on the bottom floor. It's going to be Dogbone down on his team. Archer pushed on. The pump action. Pulls away as K Thizzle takes some shots in the back. Is not going to find it. Gets a little bit of loot there. Just this pump action is going to be difficult. Domer moving in with his teammate here. Will they be able to handle the pressure? Dogbone did get the revive. He was very far away, so it was, you really got to focus the players that are pushing right in on your compound here, especially if they got a partner in the back building. It's very difficult to handle in squads. Double barrel does connect on Domer for a lot of damage. Now low health. Never knocked out on the stairwell. Nat coming in from the bottom. TPS watching that stairwell, though. Domer might move up. Domer moves. Connects on TPS. Frag goes out. Switches over his weapons. Domer pushing in on that. K Thizzle knocked out. Domer taken out, though. Notorious going to find the finish on it with that UMP. Never is going to get the revive. Both players now have one teammate down out of the game. We're staying tight on this action right now. Dogbone is coming up. He was the player that was knocked out earlier. He does not want to go down again at this point. Shoots out the doorway. Notorious doesn't quite find it. TPS doesn't connect either. Actually, Dave Productions got a nice double kill with a frag. You can see in the feed. TPS takes a little bit of damage. All three of these guys just sticking very close together. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Why switch to the guy right next to him? Dogbone pushes up on TPS, who eats the double barrel shotgun. Finish off from Notorious as they are now at an advantage. Oh, TPS with this double barrel shotgun. You know he's been tuning into the shotgun custom games with these shots. Nat finds him with that M16. M16 headshot will do you dirty. Smoke is down. Can he cross over, though, is the question. K-Thistle flank. Beautifully played! K-Thistle, the flank window jump. Oh, they're going to get the revive. That's how you get into 4th place, team. Coming out. That's why they're winning. Although, did the Boss Huxley? Boss Huxley just connected on range for him. Knocks him out. They should be able to get the revive. They're still inside the building here. Let's switch it back over to our cam back at the military island. Looks like Team 10 is still going to be up here. They did lose 2 of their players, though. In the fight that went down, Team 9 still doing fine. Wang whipping it out on them, clearly. Let's see who had the kills on their team. Actually, it wasn't Wang. Actually, did any of them get kills? No, this team didn't get the kills. Interesting. Maybe it was Team 15. No, Team 15 doesn't have kills. All right, regardless, we're okay. A lot of early action. Team 11 almost eliminated there. But we have seen 2 teams actually go down. Unfortunately, this is not in order, so I'm not going to be able to figure out which teams those are. But that's okay. We'll figure it out at the end. Uh-oh. Shots coming out from Max and team. Not going to connect. This is really strong for them. They're going to be able to get early positioning across this bridge. They could potentially camp it at this point. Wang trying to drive across. It looks like he might just not be leading his shots enough. And only iron sights is definitely will be difficult. He's not going to have the full team shooting at him as well. Angry Dad out of the vehicle. Taking some shots back. Took quite a bit of damage there. No meds for him. He only has 1 energy drink. Dad not in a great situation. Wang has a little bit more meds to level 3 and level 2 gear here, so he's going to be able to heal up. Team 15 could push this as they know there's only 2 players there. The other teammates did get farther ahead. Probably going to be a good decision. Some shots coming out from Team 2, crossing over to 20. That's going to be Kira's team with Dr. Mystic. They still seem to be in this game. They're going to need a first-place finish here, I think, if they want a chance to make it up into the top 3. All 4 of them still alive, though. Team 9 working their way across the bridge. They're going to go ahead and get up. 10 still going for the loot back there. Let's follow back in on Team 11. Still got all 3 of them in play. Boss Huxley still taking shots at him across from the Y2 story. I think K-Thizzle's shooting back. Let's bring on his perspective here. See, he's just a little more right. He's holding on the window there. Did he hear the footsteps of Major Tom, though? Huxley seems to just be trying to decoy here. Actually does connect on 1 for both. We see Major Tom's now got an angle on the back here. They know the exact building they're in. They've been sitting there for too long. Let's see if Team 6 can pull this off. To give you some more perspective, Team 6 currently in 12th place. They have a total of 4 kills across the board here. All 4 of their teammates are still in play.
Good luck everyone today. Sadly couldn't compete in the tourney due to work, but enjoying watching.
Jet, thank you for tuning in. No trade goes down quite yet. We're following in with Major Tom B, who's got a low angle. M4, probably running low. I don't know. He does have more ammo in store. Switched over to the AK. I wasn't quite sure. TPS pokes his head out. Doesn't find an angle on him. With that AK on the inside, Artemis 02 is going to go down for the team. And immediately bleed out. Likely had been knocked out quite a few times there. Team 6 lost 1. Now it's a 3 versus 3. Huxley over on the other side, though. They have 2 angles. Completely surrounded in this building. How do you get out of this fight? Going up against a UMP for Notorious up top. Against an M4. M4 is likely going to have an advantage from this range. especially you put the headshots in as K-Thizzle eats one. Notorious trying to cover fire, but the angle's too perfect on it. Just cover from that left window. Huxley's going to find one headshot. Thizzle forced to heal. Nice peeking coming in from Huxley here. He's been applying a lot of pressure. Miller takes a lot of damage, though. Barely makes it out to safety. Thizzle eats a couple. Actually, I think Thizzle got the heal off. I'm not sure if he actually ate some there, but Huxley definitely did. He's going to use his last first aid there. Huxley now out of first aids. Thizzle just got knocked out. They found an angle on him. That was Major Tom. They're pushing it. He's got a frag. No, it's only a smoke. It was a frag! He threw it in time! Down goes Thizzle. Notorious now knocked out. TPS in pressure. 3 versus 1. Frags coming in from Millers. And from Huxley. TPS holding his position up here. He's about to go for the revive, and the frag wipes him out of the game. Team 6, huge play on the 4th place competitors. That's probably not going to be enough to make it up there. I think that's it for them. Out of running, Team 11. A fantastic showing, but I don't know exactly what it was. They were holding position in that building and just did not want to move on it. It gave Huxley's team an opportunity to rotate on him. That's where, you know, even if you have a strong positioning, you can't rely on it, because if you give the enemy team too much time, they can work with it. 3 teams now eliminated out of this championship. If you are just tuning in, this is our final game, game number 3 in this best-of-3 series. We had 4 qualifiers yesterday. The top 5 teams from each of those qualifiers have made their way into today's finals. Let's follow in with currently our highest placing team, which is going to be 16. Currently in first place. They just need to have, you know, relatively strong placing here. Should be okay. Let's bring up the scoreboard here one more time so you can take a look in on our current situation. You can see Team 16, who we have just down here. 74 points on board with them. So they got a slight differential there between the 66 and 65 points for teams 2 and places 2 and 3. Excuse me. It's going to be Team 2 in second place, 66 points, only up by 1 point, and 65 points for Team 3. You can see it's quite a differential though when you compare these 3 guys up in the top bracket versus just 47 points for Team 4. Again, it's 1 point per kill. And then placement is also quite a few points. You can see 4th place getting 46 points here, 47. I think if you land in the bottom 10, you don't get any points. Because you can see Game 2, 0 points here for Team 15. 15 and below are 0 points. I just got word. What's first place? How many points is that? 35 points for first place. So, I mean, they could bump their way up to first here. They could have. Team 11 now out of the game. But 46 points, Team 17 is going to be one to watch out for as well here. All right, let's see if we can get back in on the action. Teams now driving in. It's going to be another semi-central closing. At least to start, we could see a huge variable come out towards the end here, though. Currently falling in on Team 16. This is our first placers who are driving in 2 separate vehicles, doubling their odds. I really like this strategy a lot. We've been seeing a lot of the teams do it. Just in case you get shot at or taken down, you can see they're driving just up on the top side here. Look at this. 3 different teams all together on the south side. We got to follow in on this. Team 15 takes a shot to 17. 17 are 5th placers who have an opportunity here if they get the big points. But they're calling a lot of attention to themselves with those shots, Team 15. 19 is now going to know exactly where they are, and it looks like they just secured a crate. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. The is in play. Looks like he only has a red dot on it so far. Not sure if teammate's going to give up the 8X here. It looks like he is. Does have a Car 98K, but Elking Poppy secure himself an AWM. 15 has their vehicle driving out. Camoso could get spotted here. Tugs does spot him. Shots coming out on Oso. He's running that ass. Look at that sweet thing moving across the field. Lost visual on it. He actually went a little farther left. We can see that because of the X-ray vision we have enabled here in Spectator. Oso got a lot of distance between him, though, and he's probably going to be safe at this point. 15, the rest of his team did drive up to the compound ahead. They're going to know it's clear. Oso's going to just haul ass as fast as he can down that hill, try and not engage this full team by himself. You can see Team 3 working their way in purple. Thunder had a good placing in that last one. Well, this team's going to have a lot of makeup work to do. Down in 13th place, these guys have been favoring the vehicles, it seems, and going for positioning, but Team 8 in one of the best positions you can possibly be in right now. Interior garage building, center of the zone. See, this is the strategy that teams like to use. It's one of the safest you can use. Get to the zone early, get in position, take everybody else out as they come in. It's a risk because there could potentially be players already there that you have to deal with. And when you're coming in separately, you can see Bolt coming in by himself in the back there. It just decreases your odds. H2O caught out now, out of the game, completely eliminated. Thunder trying to provide some cover. Not going to find it, though. Sev actually knocks H2O completely out of the game there. Bolt finds his way down to the bottom, Watertown, thinking that it's going to be a safer play. He knows there's a full team, which happens to be Team 8, our third-place competitors right now. If you've ever tuned into our weekly custom games, you know Sev has been a strong shower in that fashion as well. Just dominating in our Demolition Derby that we held yesterday. And it seems like he can work well with his gun, too. Few teams in the zone. This south side just still such a hot area. And of course, it's going to switch me over to Team 9, even though I clicked on the bottom here. So that's what I was trying to do. Uh-oh. Ninja mode. Goes full ninja mode in the bush. Does he see anybody in Team 19, though? I'm not sure. You see their team pretty split here. Two of them down in this compound ahead. Team 19 staying very close together. Huxley and Millers and Major Tom. They did lose one of their own in that fight. Still alive here as they are working their way into zone. These guys, again, still in 12th place right now. They're going to need a lot of points in this. And when we look at their placement on qualifier number 2, they actually came in first place in their qualifying match. They had 7 kills during the qualifiers, which is not the highest in their qualifier, but it was competitive. Now to be coming out in trying to fight for the top 10 position here. Oh, Kira spots it. They're going for the crate. But not without shots coming out. Look at this, folks. Sev taking suppressed shots all the way across on the Team 1. Way on the opposite hill there. As they're trying to rotate in, I don't even think they realize Team 20 is here. Team 20 just secured themselves a crate just ahead of them. Another crate coming down here. They did loot that. I'm not sure what they actually got from it. Might be able to bring the guns up. Doesn't look like that feature's working right now. But that's okay. Oh, it's because they're swimming and guns don't go up when you're swimming. Okay. The entire team now in a volley of fire. Trying to take out Team 1. Kira secured himself the AWG, though. They're just going to stay low, not even get into this fight right now. I like this strategy a lot. They are just barely in the zone. They don't need to get this fight. Prime goes down from Team 1. It's going to be the second to go down from that team in this volley of fire. This is actually good play. It does give their position away, but with such a strong position on the inside of a building, if they get shot at, they would be safe from a knockout. This is relatively a safe play with all of them shooting. people are going to expect people to be in that building anyways. When you're in a position like Kid J, Shadow Phoenix, and Kira, though, they did lose Mystic, it looks like, on their team, unfortunately. But when you're in a position like this is when you want to be a little quieter. Might be able to get a surprise angle. The players are not going to know where he is. Up game, still in here. Might just try and heal out. Bolt, last up for his team, is going to be on the interior position. He might do what Dr. Mystic did in second game there. Dog the Ripper pulls off from his team. He's gonna find a crate. I applaud it. Creator finds himself a headshot on Dr. Two Tap. Where is this fight going down? No? Is it not? Is the fight over? Not on the battle list here. Huxley. Fight goes out. 15. Fight goes out. 8. Shots go down. Creator. Here's Creator. Connects on the headshot on Two Tap. Dr. Two Tap was in the first place right now. Where's Team 16? Good Lord. Is this Team 16? Folks, this is our #1 place right now. Dr. Two Tap was on the team. Creator just took him out. Pineapple's going to be last up for his team. This is our current first place finishers. Or first place in the standings. These guys go down. It could be rough. 4 is rotating over on that. It's going to give 8 potential better positioning. Team 2 is actually eliminated from this game as well. They are the current second place standing team. So that could give an opportunity for one of these other contenders to come up. Pineapple works his way in deeper into the zone, but he's going to be out of the game. In placement 15, that is 0 points on the board for their team. 74 points already for that team, though, in first place. So that, that's a lot of points to have on. I am not so sure what's going to happen, though. Probe and team do all go to the hut. This is a legendary hut here. You know it. I know it. It's a strong positioning for this exact circle. Unless players get close enough to frag them, they're not going to have to worry about RPGs, which I do want added to this game. Probably too hot debate, though. That's probably hotly debated. Max finds some angles, but he doesn't even get the kill on Creator there as he does go down and now completely eliminated. A risky play. His teammate is still going to be in Capmoso just ahead here. Takes some shots, but the full 4-man is going to spray him down with no cover to help as well. Hailseth might be able to find an angle on him. Suppress sniper shots. Put the fear into him. He's not going to be peeking anymore, I don't think. Team 19 in a lot of trouble outside of this zone. A lot more trouble than I even thought. They're dead. Icy Snipe still in here for him, though. Stinky Pinky still in here. Look at the fight in Watertown. I got to get rid of the guns here. Can't even tell what the hell's happening. This is just absolute chaos. I am shocked that this many teams decided to go Watertown. Although, if you look at it, that's going to be the only place that still has cover with 24 players still alive. A lot of them just onto the play zone after being knocked out there into that fight. They are put in a very difficult situation. Let's just keep it top down. Kira still up for Team 20. They had rotated all the way over. He's now going to be last up for his team, it looks like. Unless they have it split. No, Kira is now last up, going for another clutch play, just like we saw Mystic do for their team last game. Team 18. They have had a rough showing today. Very unfortunate in the earlier 2 games with an 18th and 19th placing. But still in here, now into the top 10 teams. They could show themselves off. It's going to be Private Picklestein, Vampires, Big Matty, BH. Icy Snipes out of the game. Team 19 eliminated. He was last up after that huge exchange there. These are 3 different teams next to each other here. Huge Arms just on the backside. Swell One pushes in on it. Taken out. Huge Arms connects on Finnegar. And he's going to get the finish. Now 2v2 on this side of the map. Team 18 still on that center building. Doing fine. Fluffy moves over. Ultra Buckler He gets the run out, gets to safety, but Huge Arms is going to get knocked out on that. Team 13 now eliminated. You can see Teammate rotated from that hut all the way over to Watertown here, where so much of the fighting has been down. They are continuing the pressure that we've seen from this team. They had 3 kills in the first game, but 12 kills in the second game. You see Teammate really started to pick their pace up, and they are pushing aggressive on these guys at this point, going straight to the fire. And the good thing is, if you're moving towards the firefight, you know where enemies are in that position. That's what makes it a lot more comfortable to move up, and you can see Creator doing just that right now. He hears the shots and know that players are going to be pretty far ahead of him. That gives you an opportunity to run up to the next piece of cover, knowing that they're already busy, they're already in a gunfight, and that it's still up farther ahead where they are. You still got to be careful of potential enemies ahead of you between that team that's shooting, but likely those players would also have eyes towards the firefight as well. They're not going to continue the push as Team 9 starts heading into zone, but Teammate is just cutting them off here. Probe, thrown out, gets one. Angry Dad drops down to cover. Cornelius Wang seeing if he could drop that dong on him, but doesn't find it, gets knocked out. Probe, very low health. Off of this, Angry Dad going to be last up for Team 9, just ahead of him. Ken Griffey actually finds a frag. Matacore now knocked out for Teammate. You see Matacore just on the backside here. Hail Seth starting to push in on that, and they are all spread out, all prone into the grass. Angry Dad might be able to get the revive. Probe knocked out by Angry Dad's frag, but taken down. Angry Dad's going to be eliminated from Sev. He stood up, pushed right into that fight with that suppressed UMP, now pushing back over to his teammate. That got downed on the backside. Sev's going to pull prone, staying as low as he can. Napping taken out from frag as well. Angry Dad is going to finish off Probe there. Sev knocked out and taken out of the game. Ken Griffey Jr. with the headshot on him. Looking for Seabag as well. He's got position behind the tree, though, holding the cover down. And just like that, we're down to the top 5. 4 versus 1. There it is! Oh my god, I couldn't even follow that. It was too much. All of the teams forced over there, and Team 4, Creator's team, pushes in on it. Ken Griffey Jr., 6 kills. Creator, 6 kills. For the final game. Huge slaying game for these guys. And that's what I was talking about, where when you hear the firefight going down, you're coming from a different angle. You can catch all of the chaos by surprise. And we didn't have anybody camping out for the rest there. There was nowhere to hide. The second game in Power Plant, there was just so many different areas you could hide in. All right, let's tally the scores here. I'm sending it over. We're going to get these inputted and have the results here for you shortly. All right, let me drop these in here to my mods. Again, a huge thank you to them for helping out with all of this today and organizing everything. I didn't put the caster voice on, but I thought that was plenty fine. All right, let me refresh these here, make sure that I'm actually posting the right information. Okay. Perfect. Let me reshoot this first one because I don't know where it went. Okay. And unfortunately, I'm the only person that can even be an observer in-game. Otherwise, we'd be able to have multiple camera angles, get somebody else casting, do a lot more cool things with this. But, you know, I thought this was pretty good. Six through 11 is good. Okay. $12 through 16. 6 through 11. 12 through 16. All right, looks like we do have one double-checking the numbers from earlier. Beautiful. Yeah, let's get that double-checked, triple-checked. Just recall the right numbers here. Make sure everything was inputted correctly. And 17 through 20. Game 1 and 2 are all good. I'm getting word. Those have been double and triple checked. And it looks like all of the numbers are now out, so that is going to be inputted. Let's just take a look in on this. I actually won't be able to see where our last placings were because all this is actually already being updated. But I'm going to let them work, let them get all of that going. Let's see who our other Slayers were. Sev, I mean, fantastic performance. I brought them to 2. Second place there. They were, I think they were in 3rd place prior to going into this game. I can't remember what I was saying earlier. But I think those guys are looking pretty sharp for this. I'm not sure how Creator's game went and team earlier on. Hail Seth, Flesh Mountain 69. I think they probably, we'll see. We'll see what their game was like. It's like highest kills are going to be the team that won, though. And this is what I was saying as well from the last game. It's like it's the aggressors that really can get the drop on players, especially in the first-person setting. You're not going to have the players looking over the third. So you can really catch them by surprise. It's exactly what we saw him do. 4 kills for Stinky Pinky, who was fighting in Watertown back there. Had a good showing. Striker, 2 kills. It's an unfortunate drop by Team 11 in that match as well early on. We got to follow in with. More players dropped. Military in this last game. So a little bit more of that aggressiveness coming out, going to the different areas. So this was game 1 in green here. Okay. Placement. We'll see. Let's just be patient. There's no rush. Yeah, it's okay. So this is the team. Okay, so we could just pull some information from this. So this was Sev's team, who placed first in that. Or second, excuse me. Look at this consistency. 3rd place in first game. 2nd place in second game. 2nd place in game 3. That was going to be Matacor saving in game 2. The full team together working in game 3. And I actually like the early move out of the hut there. You know, they didn't have to stay in that. There was an indefinite... The zone was moving on them, so they did have to move up. Let's see where Creator's team. This was the team that won it. Here we go. Creator's team. Team 4. They had a 13th and an 18th finish. So, such a strong finish for... Look at that. 5 kills first game. An unfortunate dropout, it looks like, in game number 2. But 14 kills in a first-place finish. Let's see how that brings them up. I mean, 49 points, it looks like, from one game. It's pretty insane. And we should be able to get post-game interviews as well if the guys are still around in the teams. It looks like any team that was high finishing may have stuck around. I'm not sure. I didn't mention it earlier, but yeah, let's see it. There it is. The rankings are in, ladies and gentlemen. It may be hard to see if you got a small screen there. It's not letting me zoom in too much, but hopefully you can watch it on PC. Zoom it in. We are in full quality there. There we go. There we go. Here are our top 3 teams. Ladies and gentlemen, in first place is Seb, Seabag, Probster, and Matacore taking home the trophy. Teammate. Such a fantastic play. They were feeling confident coming into that last game, I'm sure. 106 points on the board for him. That was huge consistency. A 3, 2, and 2, and kills across all of them. Fantastic. Nagging the Peach. Shurim the Wood. Dog the Ripper. And Finangler. Wait a second. Was this the team that we saw the shots from earlier on in the game? Regardless, 78 points, just ahead by 3 points. This is where you see the slaying coming out. Look at this. They had an 8th place finish in Game 1, 6th place finish in Game 2, 3rd place in Game 3, but a consistent 6, 8, and 7 kills across the board for the team, which gave them the extra points that they needed to just barely get ahead. You can see. Then 3rd place, Dr. Two-Tap, Pineapple Ranger, CPL Birkin, and SPC Raymer. 2nd place, 4th place, and 15th place. Note, none of the top 3 teams got a 1st place finish. It came down to consistency at the high end. Dr. Two-Tap and crew taken down so early in this game. 15th place, as we did witness, gave him 0 points for that last game. The 1 kill, not enough to push him in for silver. So close. Ease, Xantrix, Milk to the Man, and Ryson in 4th place. They won our Game 2, had such a strong showing. Unfortunately, eliminated out of their prime in Game 3. Our 1st place from game number 1 was TPS, Archranger, K-Thistle, and Notorious B. 17th, they didn't get any points for game number 2. Smacked down. Game 3, a lot of kills. 5 kills on board for them. But just, it looks like that was against 2 different teams. They might have eliminated one, but 18th place for that. Fortunately, did secure some points for them, but still not enough to pull themselves up the ranks to number 6. Thank you guys all for joining in who played in on this game. Let's get an interview going here with our 1st place team, shall we? Teammate. I got to switch the columns over. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen.
GG Metacore's team, 106 points. Oh,
the winners. Here. Seabag, Matacore, Proby, and Seb, you guys took the gold medal.
Fucking yeah!
Hell yeah! Congratulations, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks so much.
3rd place in game 1, 2nd place in game 2, and 2nd place in game 3. I got to talk in Matacore. How are you feeling in game 2 off that situation?
Yeah. I was at 0 meds, so it was either stay there and get knocked out by the blue zone or just push them. I figured, screw it, I'll just push them.
See, I wasn't aware that you were out of meds at that point of the game. I know those guys were pushing on you. You had such a good position. Had you had the meds, it would have probably been better to stay there. But regardless, you were down to 1 versus 2 there. You pretty much had no hope coming out of it. But a 2nd place finish, good kills on the board. We were watching you play in on that. You were split off from the team there. Was that a planned strategy for you to be in a separate building?
It was. I've been kind of the scout the entire time. Get pushed out to somewhere, check it, make sure it's good. Otherwise, it's just done.
We made the call to push 1 guy in there and put 3 guys at the edge of the circle.
Yeah, that was a very difficult play, but when you guys got taken down, when the rest of the team got taken down, and I saw Matacore just holding the inside there, you weren't peeking out, you playing it safe. There was over 20 people, I think, in that zone. And to just see everybody dropping out in the chaos, you stayed safe there. We also had Dr. Mystic, who was holding his position down. He jumped the gun, I think, a little bit on engaging on it. Although it was very close on it. He was actually in a tower very close to you, sitting and holding down. It was such a close play. But game 3, you guys were in a position in that car garage just close to the water there, eliminated a couple teams across the field from you, went to the hut. And then what was the decision-making for that final push off of the hut?
So we had one guy, again, a solo strat at the edge of the circle this time. Probester went out to go for the solo play, and we noticed that a lot of people were taking shots at our shack. So we decided to pull back from the shack.
We disconnected there.
Oh,
Yeah, back.
There we go.
Back.
We're back.
All right, so yeah, we basically pulled back towards Probester, who was our solo at that point. Rotated by the edge of the circle, push the water down, get on the floor, and just like shoot at whatever you see and get that placement.
That's a fantastic strategy. It's exactly. I mean, you guys played it perfectly in terms of that. You had one off on the side, the other 3 staying prone, staying low, allowing for all the chaos to happen because that end was in the open there. It was forcing everybody out of Watertown.
Yeah.
That's where all of the players were in Watertown. And as soon as they all started pushing out, everybody was just dying off. Creator and his team, who got first in that game, were up on the south side on the hills and working their way from the other angle, sandwiching them in with you guys. And I think they caught you out and second place, but still plenty of points with such consistent 11 kills on it.
I think the biggest reason is the consistency. 3rd place, 2nd place, 2nd place. We don't play for kills, we play for placement, and the strats worked.
Confirmed.
Even still, though, when you did get into fights, 5 kills, 11 kills, you were
but
able.
You don't look for the fights.
Yeah, the kills will come because once the smaller circles come down, you're gonna get your 4 or 5 kills, and if you can get that placement and then get 4 or 5 kills late in the game, it's easy all day.
Yeah, we can do this all day.
Yeah, I mean, you proved it here. You proved it here with the 3-2-2 finish, slaying that. Were you going for more kills in the last game? Or was it just coming to
No, not really. But
we were the thing is we were always pushing for the best compound in the center of the circle as early as we could. We really practiced on this, and we did it every time. And we were in the center of that circle, and people come up in vehicles, and we just shoot them up. That's it.
That is exactly what I was noting as well. You had one of the best, that garage building. You were all inside there as well. At the center of the circle, you had early positioning on it, and then when you saw the other teams who were trying to use a similar strategy, they were getting there not together. Bolt's team came individually. You took one of them down too late, and you weren't just sitting in the building, though. You were also taking shots to keep those people out of your zone. You had a couple teams coming down from the hill at one point north of Roshawk. You were taking all your shots at them, but with complete safety, you could always heal up or get a revive if you ever did get knocked out. Great plays, guys. Anything else you want to add?
No, thanks.
Great arrangement, all of it. You and Alex did a great job.
Thank you.
Pleasure to be here.
Can't wait for next one,
guys.
Love the community
title.
Absolutely.
Thank you for an amazing event for the Mountaineers.
Shout out
it's
to DGE.
It's an amazing community. Thank you.
And a shout out to Bumbies, one of the great guys.
There you go.
My boy Millers.
I want to thank my mom.
RJ and excited.
And my dad for paying for my computer.
All right, I could have shown the names there. I probably should have done that while you guys were talking, but we got the boys. Team 1. Excellent work, guys. All right, let's check in with, let's see if Team 2's here. Nagging Peach. That's going to be Team 17. Here we go, Team 17.
Yo, hello. What's up?
Second place in the matchup. Congratulations, guys.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks.
So, first of all, shout out to Nagging Peach, who I stole my name from. Just stole his name outright, and it's mine now. I own it. And shout out to Dr. Mystic, youngest in the... yeah, that's her, guy. That's me.
Okay.
Stole Nagging Peach's name outright. Shout out to Dr. Mystic. That was a wild play in that tower. That was ridiculous. It was fun to watch after we died. It was great. Insane. Amazing. And, yeah, congratulations to Seabag and Savanius and their team. That was fantastic.
Absolutely.
More consistent than we were.
8th place, 6th place, and 3rd place. I don't remember following in too much on you guys, but you seem to slay pretty well as well. What was your main strategy going into it, if you did have one?
Main strategy.
Letting Hergok and Fnegler take over, kind of.
Yeah, we're the fraggers. That's what we do.
I only got like 3 kills because
we wanted to go for kills because we're trying to have fun,
Absolutely.
It's a good time, and getting kills is good for points, obviously, as you can see.
Third
no one
place,
placed first.
You guys must have been in the Watertown area during that last fight, right?
Yes, we
How
were.
long
yes,
were you
we
guys
were.
in that compound for?
Not actually that long. We pulled in.
No, we were there for a couple minutes.
We were there for a couple minutes. Yeah.
We were there for about 5 minutes.
I think you guys might have been like the central point of the city. Am I right?
No, we were. We pulled into the garage building on the north side.
Oh, you were in the garage team.
Yeah.
Oh,
we were
yes,
the garage
yes,
team.
yes.
By the end of that fight, I had 17 bullets.
Were you shooting at players? Yes.
Yes, we were.
Yeah.
I had 17 bullets in my M4 after that kill.
That was close. And then you had
was.
the other team rotating over. There was so much chaos in that final zone.
Yeah, it was.
Well played, though. You got some kills across the board. It seemed to be just consistently slaying, playing.
Yeah, that
winning.
second game when we came mill to power out of the big building, we just walked into a meat grinder, though.
Yeah, that was miserable.
There was about 20 players in that zone. Coming into that was just
all sides.
That was difficult.
We were holding up the top of the building, and when we moved out through the bottom, maybe we should have gone around the back. It was just a meat grinder. We took down a couple, and that was it.
You had you had the DP on the top, right?
Yeah, I was shooting people with an M4.
Oh, that DP was nice. You eliminated that team right below you there. Did you hear him walking around for a while?
Yeah, no, I heard him, and I'm like, oh, they have nowhere to be. They're going to just die.
Yeah, there was another team. You guys were on the roof of power plant. You had another 4-man team below you inside that building, and then you had another 4-man team just outside of the building. Something along there, and you took the team out that was outside. It was a great angle, but you still had to make your way down and through, and there was just not many places to go.
And we moved out, and I wiped 3 of them with the Groza, but there was still a team in that warehouse, and there was still a team moving across from the fence to the the north. And so they just had us pincered. There was no cover, and we got ground up.
Yeah, I think I stepped outside, shot about 4 bullets, and was already down.
Yeah.
Great game, guys. Anything else you want to add? Any other highlight moments you want to mention, or?
No loot. Game 1, no loot.
Yeah, no loot.
And the last game, I think.
Beginning of game 3, too. I had a crossbow and an S12K until the very end.
Well, fantastic job, guys. Congrats on silver. Thank you for playing.
Thank you.
See you next time, huh?
Yeah, guys. Absolutely.
All right.
Let's see if we can check in with the third place finishers, which was Team 16. It doesn't look like they're all here. We got Dr. Two-Tap, Pineapple Ranger. Guys, you there?
Yes. Yo, what's going on, man?
You took third place in the matchup. How do you feel about it?
I feel really bad because I don't even know what happened. It was just like we were going into sight. We were going inside zone, but I drove the bike into the river because I thought the zone was ending on the river, so I just drove it in to like get inside zone. But fortunately, it was like 100 meters out, so we kind of died to zone, you can say.
Yeah, we saw your play just at the end there. You just placed 15th, barely, which only got you 1 point coming out into it. You're only a couple shy there. I mean, a great second place finish in game number 1, though.
Yeah. So our tactic was basically to like go for those top 5, top 4 places to get them points, not to get kills. That would definitely be the winning strategy.
You still,
we weren't running kills. We definitely weren't running from fights.
Within the top, I mean, you had 8 kills in game number 1. I saw you shoot in that school. The school fight was in game number 1. You guys came in from the east side of the school. You got on second floor positioning. You were firing at everybody on the south side. You pushed over on the north side of the school as that final zone was closing. I think Matacore or somebody was inside the shack there, right? And you guys pushed the shack?
Yep. We knew Matacore was in there. I don't know how that grenade didn't kill Matacore. I must need a new class on the damage radius of grenades because, I mean, that shack is pretty small, right? So I figured, let me just chuck this in there and take care of him. Didn't work. We had to take him down with weapons. But we messed up right there. I tried to throw another grenade. I got happy with the grenades. I was like, I'm going to get someone with these grenades. And I peeked out. I don't know who it was that killed me, but they were kind of waiting for us to peek. And from their point of view, when I looked at it on the stream, I was just kind of like just standing there with the grenade in my hand.
Well, it takes a while. I've come into the same mistake before many times. I did it in the last competition that I was part of as well. There was somebody in the building across from me. I decided to go for the frag. You peek yourself out for just a second. If they headshot you, you're done. A sniper especially, they didn't snipe you in that case, but they did all four know exactly where you were. You had pulled back into that hut there. I think the other player had got knocked out. You pushed into the building, and that was there was not much you could have done there as they were all pushing in.
Game 2 was where we were really feeling it. We were like in the zone on game 2.
Me and Doctor at last, we were really fucking communicating.
Game 2, coming down into the power plant there, you guys were doing good on it. I mean, you got 4th place.
We had the most kills that game.
You had so many kills, 14 kills in that game. You were the guys controlling the outside of the wall there, right?
Yeah. Well, no, we were just inside the wall, near the crates.
Yeah.
You were in the crates?
And then we tried to peek them guys at the wall, but then we both got lit up, so it was just like, fuck that.
Yes. But the thing was...
Those was actually the guys that won the game, I think.
You guys were working together fantastically as you were moving over from the crates, but you had Madacor inside one of the huts, and you had Dr. Mystic from another team inside the sniper tower there. I'm not sure if you've went back and seen it
yet.
We
didn't see any.
I saw it on the stream.
So you guys were you were both doing fantastic with it. The other two players weren't even in the action. They were just hiding, waiting for it to, I think it was actually placement.
Yeah, I died to someone hiding in a hut when I was...
that was Madacor.
Yeah, I think Madacor did get
I just saw him sitting in there, and I was like, I might as well kill this guy. And he
you pushed in on it.
Because I was half HP.
Yep.
Yeah, but again, it didn't really matter, because all we went for was getting those like top 5 places. That would definitely carry us.
And I mean, out of the kills as well, you guys had a fantastic showing. So what was the main thing on game 3 where it went wrong? Was it the loot? Was it the decision?
No, we were looted fine. I had everything I needed. A fully stocked M4, Car 98 with the 4 times on it. We had everything we needed. It's just I think from my perspective, what happened was I think that because I stopped talking and we kind of just started driving, you know what I mean? Because the zone was coming. So there was no comms, we weren't black on resources. We were fine on that. It's just we kind of started just going. And we didn't say where we were going. We just started going so that we can get into the zone. And I wasn't talking to Pineapple. I just figured he knew where everything was at and what was going on. And that part right there, I think, is where that's why we would have, I honestly believe that we would have won, because we would have had a repeat of the first and second game, because we were cognizant of, many different things. But our main thing was that we are in first place right now. We just need to repeat what we did. Nothing spectacular. We don't even need to do what we did in game 14 where we had 14 kills. We don't need to do that. We don't have to.
So then
it's not necessary.
You guys split up, and then did you get attacked from different angles?
We split up, and I don't know what happened to Specialist Kramer and Corporal Birkin. I don't know what happened to them. I wasn't even paying attention to what happened to them. I just knew me and Pineapple needed to get to an area where we can defend ourselves, because
so it was kind of like throughout me and Doctor's thinking, we were thinking like, our team is kind of dead. It's only us now. We are about to win this, but it was just my stupid fucking mistake missing that fucking zone. I just missaw it, and then I just drove the bike into the water.
Well, I gotta say, guys, fantastic plays. 3rd place, fantastic positioning. You got good, consistent games, and unfortunate game 3. Thank you for participating. Anything else you want to add or say?
Thanks for hosting this, man. I hope you guys do this a lot more often.
Do it more often.
It's really cool to get this involved into things, and to have somebody sponsor this or, put it all together. You guys in your team are really awesome and have helped me out quite a bit getting my team ready before it all started and stuff. So thanks again, Stone. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate the support of all the Patreon supporters, and this is kind of just, I thought it was a cool way to get it together. Alex was also a huge driver in getting all of this together and getting it done.
He was.
That was we did the first tournament back in fall. This was the second one that we've held. And
so do we get like a lollipop? You sending us like a lollipop?
We'll see. I might have something for you guys in 3rd. You're definitely going to get some Discord tags, and you're going to get some extra access there. I couldn't do any cash prizes or anything like that because I'd have to get a bunch of clearance from Blue Hole and whatnot. But it's just for a fun tournament, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. And you're famous now.
Awesome, man. Hey, thanks again. Yeah. That was really
thanks
fun,
a lot.
Man.
Yeah,
really
thank you guys. All right. I'm not sure if we have anybody else left here. There are a couple other teams still available. Team 1, Xantrix. Team 2, excuse me, that was. Let's check in with them. Team 2, connecting. There we go. Team 2. Guys.
How are you?
I got to give you props. Game 2 was insane.
Yeah.
Close. Came in 4th there. Unfortunately, got taken down in Game 3.
Yep. Horrible mistake.
What was your strategy going into the games?
We were thinking, we're not going to go out and for kills, try to find everybody that we get. It's more along what Sev said is we want to place, and the kills come along the way.
Right.
And so
game 2, it kind of shifted to more go for kills in safe advantages, so to say.
As long as we had the zone and the upper hand in terms of positioning.
Bear.
Because we were just all playing for positioning, and so it's yes or no. Do we have a position? And then we engage, and then if it's a no, then we get into position and do it that way.
Yep.
But in the last game, we got out to engage the squad.
Poor decision and lost hard.
Unfortunate. Where did you guys drop in Game 3?
We dropped.
Disconnected here. There we go.
We dropped apartments by the school, and we went all the way around up by Stalber.
Game 3, we saw a lot of the strategy change for the teams. There was a lot more teams went military, Pachinki, and more of the central zones. I mean, you guys went to Roshawk. Where did you go in the first 2 games? Were they more far away?
The first game we made a mistake and we went to a very low populated area and it just didn't have enough loot.
Yep.
Yeah, we didn't have enough loot.
Oh, were you the mansion team?
Yeah,
we were one of 2 teams at mansion.
I killed one of the players at mansion,
yes.
and then after that they had the high ground and we didn't have any optics, so we couldn't really engage. So we had to back off.
There was no ammo or anything. It was really unfortunate.
And then,
but second game we played well. We had vehicles. We were able to get all around, and yeah.
I was really feeling it with the M16, and it was just all clicking, and it was going
kills,
really well.
First place. You guys were the ones holding the exterior wall of power plant.
Correct. Yeah. Well, we held the exterior wall, and then we saw a team that was by silos, and we pushed in, we killed them.
Yep, that was a beautiful
we
play.
went back out to the wall.
Yep.
And then a team was in the warehouse, and I think I knocked them out 5 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And then you guys were trying to take Matacore out of the inside there.
Yep.
At that final.
That was just a mess.
While you guys were doing that was when Dr. Mystic stood up, who was in a different team last up in that. He was in that tower the entire time.
We had no idea.
What'd you think when you shot him?
On us?
Oh, I didn't even know he was there. I saw my teammate go down. I just turned around and dealt with him pretty quickly.
Beautiful. Yeah,
I didn't even know he was there until watching the replay.
There was 2 of you guys, I think, that were pushing in to Matacore on the inside, and that was when Mystic started shooting. It was a good decision because he could have eliminated you. It was fortunate though that it was still 2 of you guys outside. So while one was taking damage, sounds like Xantrix was the one that turned around, popped him off, got you guys at least guaranteed second after that, and then Matacore on the inside. He actually ran out of meds, which was why he forced to move in.
Yeah,
go ahead.
To be honest, if he wouldn't have moved out of the tower or shot us, we would have had no idea that he was there. We wouldn't have thought to check that.
Yep. I mean, he was there for a long time too. His team was down early, so he went there. It was a good recovery play by him. I mean, he got his team second from that, or third, I think. So it was a good play. Yep. But with Matacore on the inside, was there ever a point where you were gonna push again, or were you just gonna wait out?
Well, we did, but we were trying to figure it out, what to do, because first time we pushed, I got downed, and then
right.
But we just thought we have circle.
Yeah, whenever Xantrix went down, we just said, okay, we'll just sit back and wait for him to come out.
Yep. Yeah, 2-on-1. That was the perfect call.
The tunnel close.
You don't need to push it.
So
at that point, I was just kind of getting greedy and just wanted that 8th kill for myself.
Yeah, he was killing it that game.
Well, beautiful job, guys. Great work. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to add or say?
Awesome job to the mods and Alex. You guys put so much work into this. It's like incredible.
Definitely like to see this more in the future. This is a lot of fun. It was great.
Oh yeah.
Also brings like the Mountaineer community together, which is really cool.
Definitely.
I appreciate you guys supporting. And this I thought was a pretty cool way. I know not everybody can get in on the games. Not everybody is available for the weekend. To try to make it as best of a time as possible. But
shout out to Ryson. He started at 4 a.m. in Australia.
Oh my gosh, it's 4 a.m. for you.
No, it's
or
7
it was
now.
when you started. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
Ryson.
7 o'clock Monday morning now.
Hell yeah, man. Props to you. At least it's the weekend, right?
No, it's Monday.
Not anymore for him.
Oh, it's Monday for him. Oh my gosh, Ryson. All right, you're gonna need to take a nap today, okay, man?
Yeah.
Thanks for joining, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.
Monday morning. Well, maybe I didn't time this great for everybody. All right, Team 11, these guys were the other ones who won our first game. TPS, Archer, K-Thizzle, and Notorious B. It was a great job to them in that first game. Closing it, they held the high hill, they came down, pushed the school, got the win. I don't think there's a couple other people still here, but I think we're going to end it there. We did quite a bit of interviews here. I thought that was awesome, though. Chat, I didn't get a chance to read you, but if you want to, I'll read through the comments if it's on Facebook because there's a live updating chat, and we'll all talk about this tomorrow in tomorrow morning or tomorrow's Facebook live stream, as I always do every weekday over on Facebook. I appreciate you tuning in, though. I hope you enjoyed it. Drop it a like if you did and want to see even more of this, because obviously these guys enjoy it, taking part of it. But I want it to be a good, fun viewing experience for everybody else as well. And I thought it was pretty awesome. So it was a pleasure. We may change things up in the next one. There might be changes in terms of what we're running with. I can't say anything yet, but there might be some changes coming. Exciting stuff, though. Thank you so much for watching. That's for this one. This is Cellmount64. Over and out.